Welcome student on another video lecture on topic biosynthetic pathway. In our last lecture we have seen about the ATP synthesis and how glucose molecule is synthesized. Now another compound which is synthesized, that is amino acids or proteins. The amino acids are linked with one another through peptide linkage and it will form a protein. So for the biosynthesis of protein, the nitrogen fixation must be considered because the nitrogen is required for biosynthesis of amino acids or protein, and how that nitrogen is taken by the plant. For that atmospheric nitrogen fixation is the first step of nitrogen cycle, and in that nitrogen fixation, it is a chemical process by which atmospheric nitrogen is assimilated into organic material by certain microorganisms, and the example of microorganisms are bacteria like Rhizobium, Azobacter. These are the bacteria. They will convert atmospheric nitrogen into organic material, and by aminofying this, it will convert it into ammonia. Ammonifying bacteria that will convert the nitrogen, atmospheric nitrogen, into ammonia. That is known as nitrification, and that will convert it into nitrates, and further from nitrates it will again convert it into atmospheric nitrogen. So this one is the cycle which is continuous, and the nitrogen which is present in the soil, that is used by the plant in the process of protein synthesis or in the process of amino acid synthesis. Now the amino acid synthesis, when we see about the amino acid synthesis, first one is the glycolysis cycle. That in that glucose is converted into fructose phosphate, and that fructose phosphate is converted into fructose 1,6-bisphosphate by enzyme phosphofructokinase. So phosphofructokinase is the enzyme that is a regulatory enzyme of glycolysis, and which is a allosteric enzyme which is controlled by both activators and inhibitor. It will catalyze the important step of glycolysis, that is conversion of fructose phosphate to fructose 1,6-bisphosphate. And now that fructose 1,6-bisphosphate is converted into glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate, and the enzyme triophosphate isomerase that will convert it into dehydroxyacetone. From that 6-phosphoglycerate will form. 6-phosphoglycerate will convert it into phosphoenol pyruvate. Now here the phosphoenol pyruvate will form, and that phosphoenol pyruvate is converted by enzyme that is 3-deoxy D-arabinoheptylosonate 7-phosphate synthase. That is the enzyme which is the first enzyme in the series of metabolic reaction, and that is known as Shikimate pathway, which is responsible for biosynthesis of amino acids like tyrosine, phenylalanine and tryptophan. So here the enzyme DAHP, that is 3-hydroxy D-arabinoheptylosonate 7-phosphate synthase enzyme catalyze the conversion of phosphoenol pyruvate by using Shikimate pathway, and it will form or it will synthesize amino acids, that is tyrosine, phenylalanine and tryptophan. These three amino acids, they are prepared by this pathway. After that 6-phosphoglycerate that will convert serine into glycine and into cysteine. So here glycine and serine, these are the amino acids which are produced from 6-phosphoglycerate. Now that phosphoenol pyruvate is converted into pyruvate, and by using enzyme pyruvate phosphate dekinase and acetohydroxy acid synthase, by using these enzyme will catalyze the conversion of pyruvate into leucine and valine, whereas phosphokinase enzyme will convert the pyruvate into aniline. So in this way, leucine, valine and aniline are the amino acids which are produced from pyruvate. Now that pyruvate which is formed, it will go into the citric acid cycle, acetyl coenzyme A. From that it will form citrate. From citrate it will form isocitrate, and isocitrate will convert into oxalosuccinate. From oxalosuccinate it will form alpha ketoglutarate. That alpha ketoglutarate will converted into glutamate. That glutamate will convert into glutamine, and from that histidine will form, and from ornithine and citrulline it will form arginine and proline. So histidine, arginine and proline, these are the amino acids which are formed from alpha ketoglutarate. After that alpha ketoglutarate, it will be converted into succinate. From succinate it will converted into fumarate. From fumarate it will form malate. Malate to oxaloacetate. Now that oxaloacetate, it will form aspartate and aspargine. Aspartate or aspargine, this is the amino acids which is produced from oxaloacetate. Now from that aspartate kinase enzyme will catalyze the conversion of aspartate to aspartate 4 semialdehyde, and the enzyme like homoserine dehydrogenase, it will form or catalyze the conversion of aspartate 4 semialdehyde to homoserine, and from that homoserine it will form threonine and isoleucine, and also form methionine. Methionine is also formed. So these are the threonine, isoleucine and methionine. These are the amino acids which are produced from aspartate 4 semialdehyde, and the enzyme which is used is homoserine dehydrogenase, which catalyze its conversion. After that, next enzyme which will act on aspartate 4 semialdehyde, and it will catalyze the conversion of aspartate 4 semialdehyde to lysine. The enzyme which is used for that conversion is dehydrodipicolinate synthase, is the enzyme which is used for conversion of aspartate 4 semialdehyde to lysine. So in this way, there are different types of amino acids are produced by using various type of enzyme. Different enzyme catalyzes the reaction, and by different pathways it will form different types of amino acids. And after formation of these amino acids, when they are linked by polypeptide chain, it will form a protein molecule. How the proteins are synthesized, we will see later. If you like my video, please press the like button and subscribe my channel. Thank you.